What?
All right, thank you. Good evening, everybody. And it's obviously down a little bit this morning after a tough loss, but the sun came up, and I just want to talk about all the things that we can be thankful for, and we've navigated this season. We we have we've done a lot to build upon this, and we had a very unusual season, and it was very difficult to navigate, and only coach and his staff and the players could really tell you how difficult that was. But I really am excited, and the future is very bright under Coach Drinkwitz's leadership. And some of the accolades from this season: most SEC wins since 2014. 4 of our 5 losses were against teams that were ranked when we played them, and it was one of the toughest schedules in the country. And as it showed today on the selection show, we had 4 teams in the top 10. Bama was number 1, Florida 7, and Georgia number 9. We were predicted to be 6th in the East and finished 3rd behind number 7 and number 9 nationally. Ended up 6th out of the 14 schools with our winning percentage. And
already done. And they say that it would bring about 50.
Whoop. We played one of the toughest
towards education.
Another fact: only Warren Powers and Coach Drinkwitz have gone to bowls in their first year. 2 others had 5 wins: Frank Broyles and Dan Devine. So not a bad company to be associated with. We did that, and Coach did that with a lot of the times only 60 players or less being available. And we did that 6 times. And while others had 20 plus more scholarship players on the field than us. In the middle of that, last week, we signed the highest ranked Rivals ranked recruiting class in history. And I'm just really not sure why Coach Drink is tired at all. Bowl experiences, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight. And across the country, they're going to be a lot different. The experience is shortened to basically an away game, but still very excited to play a very good Iowa team in Nashville's Nissan Stadium. Look forward to the future years where we can have that full bowl experience. But as I said, the future very bright under Coach Drinkwitz, and I'm open to any questions you might have.
Okay, thank you, everyone. The first question is going to come from Gabe DeArmor from Power Mizzou. Go ahead.
Jim, a lot of fans are not very familiar with the process this year and how it differed in getting to a bowl game. Can you explain the process and your all's role in, getting to Nashville versus maybe a couple of the other bowls that were available?
So this year, the difference was normally in a normal year in the SEC, and you submit your preference to the bowl. To the conference. The conference hears from the bowls, and they try to navigate and have matchups and build those matchups and I guess try to please as many people as they can with their bowl selections and how they're placed. This year was different. Once the teams that were moved up, Citrus had first pick, as they normally do out of those teams that are not in New Year's Day bowls or in the playoff bowls. Then the teams afterward were ranked according to their winning percentage, and we're able to select bowls from that.
Next up is Peter Ball from The Athletic. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jim, with everything that's going on with the pandemic, and Eli talked yesterday just about how tired the team is right now, what's kind of the motivation at this point to, I guess, play in a bowl game?
Well, yeah, okay. Eli will answer that. He's closer to the question than I am.
Okay. Can I ask a follow-up about something else then?
Sure.
Okay. What?
You lose your turn, Peter. Sorry.
Why did you like the Music City Bowl, and why did you, I guess, want to choose that over some of the other bowls on the table?
And I'll let Coach Drink talk more about that. Really, for us, it was the group of 6 and the Music City. We knew it was going to be a Big Ten opponent. but it was what the coaches and team wanted to do, and so they chose that. So he can give you those answers and reasons why. A few of them, it is an unusual year. As I said at the start, it's you don't truly get a bowl experience, and we plan on bowling a lot and have those opportunities out there to do that in the future. But I'll let Eli answer more in detail.
Dave Matter from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Go ahead, Dave.
Jim, other than what was on the release about the stadium, I think being 20% capacity, how many tickets do you expect that, or how big of a crowd do you expect that you'll have as far as fans go?
It's really too early to tell, but I've gotten a lot of emails, and our folks are excited about it. A few good emails from David Nail and others in Nashville that are very, very excited. And we haven't been there for a bowl game, so excited to play there.
Soichi Terada, Kansas City Star, go ahead.
Hey Jim, I know you've talked about this before, but I know you have a relationship with Iowa's AD, Gary Barton. I was just curious if you've had communication with him throughout the day and as you guys are kind of getting this bowl together.
No, but actually, relationship with Kurt Ferentz goes even longer. I was at Maine when we hired him as head football coach there, so that was a long time ago in the 80s. So it's it'll be good to see him. And Gary, I've known he was at Washington as an associate AD, and so I've known Gary a long time as well. But good folks.
Max Baker from the Columbia Missourian, go ahead.
Hey, I was just wondering if you could touch on some of like the financial aspects of it, and if Missouri had decided like not to play in a bowl game, would the athletic department, sort of supported the players if they had said we don't want to play?
So the financial, it's basically we had to, was it about a week ago, I think, sign a form from the president on down. And Eli signing it, basically that we were available to play in a bowl with the SEC, and so that was done, and that's Eli can answer that question as far as the players and their excitement to play.
Ben Hockman, St. Louis Post-Dispatch, go ahead.
Hey Jim, I wanted to actually ask you about a particular football player. Larry Roundtree's been here, basically since you got here within a year. You saw him in the bowl game a couple years ago. You've seen him evolve as a player, as a young man, as a leader. Can you just kind of share some of your own opinions about what makes Larry Roundtree?
Ooh, Coach Drink knows him better, but just
I'll ask him too.
Yeah, he's someone that shows up every day, and really loves the game of football, and you can see that by the way he plays. He was probably ticked at the coaches for taking him out towards the end of the game, last night. So I would imagine that, but he's that kind of guy and loves to play the game, and excited to showcase him against Iowa in this bowl.
Yeah.
All right, and this will be the last question for Mr. Sterk. So after we finish up the question, go ahead and Coach Drinkwood. They'll come from Eric Blum. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Jim, I was actually going to ask you about your time at Iowa with Kirk. Were they in the Colonial at the time and in the FCS? And how has your relationship or friendship with him kind of grown since, I guess that would be the early 90s then?
He had to put up with me then. I was mainly the ticket guy at Maine when he was hired at Maine, and I didn't know him at Maine, but he had come from Hayden Fry's staff. He has a long history there. Have kept up with him over the years. We're not that close, but just it's something when you're in an I don't want to say outpost, but we're up in if you drive past Orono, Maine, you drive off the end of the world, of the earth. It's up there in the Aroostook County, so it's a long ways up there. So formed a good bond, but something that I respect the heck out of his work and what he's done over the years.